am Sabrina Walker Hernandez. I just finished up my coaching in my group asking questions, answering questions called Wine and Wisdom. So I'm kind of on a roll here. But what I am doing right now is the blog summary. So every week, you know that I write a blog and it goes out every Thursday, and then I come on Thursday evening to do a summary of that blog. But before we do that, let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm Sabrina Walker Hernandez. I am the president and CEO of Supporting World Hope. I have 25 years of nonprofit experience, and I do these blog summaries because I want you to set up a mobile university as a CEO, executive director, or founder of a nonprofit. And I want you to play these blog summaries when they are convenient for you. I know that you are oftentimes overworked and overwhelmed, and you're like, I don't have time for anything else. And so I do these so that you can play them in your car when you're going from point A to point B. So that is why I do these summaries in support of you. And so with that, this week's summary, I talked about friend raising and how to identify your next donors. I talk about friend raising because friend raising is really a donor-centered process. It I can't say the word. It predisposes people to want to give to you and keep giving to you, as opposed to a one-time gift or a token gift. And friend raising really is based on relationships, and it allows you to start building a donor-centered relationship, and it allows the donor to have a relationship with a real human being. It is not electronic. It's with a connection with a real human being. And so why friend raise? Well, I think in this life we all rather have friends. I'd rather have friends to the organization than donors, because if you have a bunch of passionate friends for your organization, they will help you with your cause. They'll stick with you. They'll be loyal to you no matter what. They'll bring other friends to the group. They'll spread the word about your organization. And when when the things get tough, like in this pandemic, they'll stick with you. And so that's one of the reasons why I would rather have friends. And friends also, give you money. So of course they'll give you money if they can. So let's focus on creating passionate friends for our organization rather than just donors. I've always said that fundraising is building relationships, and so you're trying to build relationships and create friendships. So who are these people that you need to make friends with? So you're going to start with your current board of directors, and you're going to do a mapping exercise that I call the sphere of influence. And as you and the board members, begin to identify the people in your circle, you will then develop a plan and put a plan in place to, build a special relationship between the people they've identified and the nonprofit. And I say 5 people per board member or per person, the ED, because you don't want to have too many people that you're trying to build a relationship with, and 5 seems to be a manageable number. But how long does this relationship process take? Well, I'm going to say this, as you know, that great friendships, they don't happen overnight. It will take you some time and some dedication to forge a productive and stimulating a sustainable relationship and friendship. If it's like dating, and that's what I always say, fundraising is like dating. Well, this is like dating too. You start to court people. Now that you know who your prospects are, because you've done the sphere of influence, if you identify who these people are, you need to go through the courting process. And you just can't identify these people and then go out and straight and ask them for money. That's not building a relationship. You must do cultivation. And cultivation is anything that you do from the time you identify someone as a prospect to the time that you ask for a gift. And so when I say it's like dating, it really is, because you do not go on a first date and ask someone to marry you. That is just not, oftentimes we consider that a little bit crazy. I'm just going to put it out there. So you got to intentionally slow down, and you must court them just like in dating. You have to have a plan for where this relationship is going to go. You have to build that relationship. So how do you know when it's time to make the ask? Again, it's going to be based on your gut and your intuition. There is no magic formula, unfortunately. You will know when you have a good and solid relationship. You'll know when that exists. And then you'll know it's time for the ask. But if you do it too early on in the relationship, be aware of the token gift. They may give you a gift, but it's just going to be something to shut you up and get you to go away. It's not going to be something that is going to be their larger gift, nor is it going to be something that you can go back to the table and get. And the whole goal is to make sure you leave nothing on the table. And again, it is just like dating. You don't want to court someone forever. You don't want to be engaged for 20 years. Eventually, you need to bite the bullet and pop the question and make the ask. So I can't stress it enough. Fundraising is like dating. So no one wants to be courted forever. Eventually, they want you to make the ask. They know that is what, if you're in a nonprofit world, that is what it's about. So making and nurturing friends really pay off. You'll get more loyal. You'll get friends a little bit more loyal than donors. And there's a perceived mutually beneficial relationship, one that really matters to them. They'll recommend you to their friends. And that's really when you've hit the golden spot. They're your friends, and then they start to recommend you to their friends. And when they recommend you to their friends, instead of you having to start from the beginning and trying to establish a relationship, that you're already a little ahead of the game, because their friend has lent their credibility to you. Their friend has made their introduction. And so that puts you a level up already. And so you have to keep that in mind. The whole goal is to make a friend, have a beneficial mutual relationship for the organization, take them on the cultivation, the courting process, know when it's time to make the ask. And again, there is no magic bullet. I can't tell you, oh, it's after this many touches. Oh, it's after this many touches. I can say traditionally maybe between 5 and 7 touches, right? Then you can make the ask. And what do those touches look like? I'm going to encourage you to listen to the six best ways to cultivate people. And that'll tell you exactly what those touches should be. But you carry them through that process. And then they will give to you. And the whole goal of making these friends is, one, that they will give to you, and they will not just give you a token gift. It won't be a go away gift. They will give to you to the maximum capacity in which they choose to give to you. One, they will not just give you that one-time token gift. They will give you reoccurring gifts, right? And someone asked me that too. Well, how many times in a year can you go back to the same donor? I would say maybe 3 or 4 times, like a once a quarter, because you have different things. Might have an event, you might have a raffle ticket, you might have this or that. So I would say about 4 times. The other thing is they will start to introduce you to their friends. And if they introduce you to their friends, that's growing your circle even more. So the whole goal is to make these friendships, right? And so making these friendships, it's a process that is very critical. and it can be accomplished in person and virtually. And if you need a cultivation tool that helps make these friends in your community and even re-engage some that may have fallen off from your organization, visit my website at www.supportingworldhope.com. I actually have uh, complete manual on how to do a friend raising a house party friend raising kit, and it's only $37. You can invest $37 and walk away with $10,000 for your organization if you follow this process, because the whole goal is to make friends. And sometimes you can get intimidated by that. You don't know what to say. You don't know that you don't have an agenda. You don't know how to do a house party. You don't know any of those things. This kit has everything. Has a timeline. It has the agenda. It has the sample email. It has the instruction. It tells you exactly how to lay out everything. And so I just encourage you to do that. And if you don't feel like that 37 is a dollars well spent, reach out to me, and I'll let you give you a refund, because that's how strongly I believe in this process. So the other thing that I would like to share with you, when you visit my website at www.supportingworldhope.com, you can also sign up for my free VIP resource library that has all kinds of free sample documents in there. Documents around board development, but documents around resource development and fundraising, documents around marketing, policies, gift acceptance policies, board 120 hours makes a difference, board recruitment documents, board orientation, PowerPoints already done for you. You just insert your information, change the logo out. That's all in there, and that's all free resources for you. All you have to do is join my newsletter list, and you get the password to that. And so really and truly, I'm here to support you. I also provide a no-cost consultation. It's 30 minutes. You can call me, we can talk, we can chat. I can help you brainstorm with you any issues that you may have within that 30 minutes. And of course, I have my group, Nonprofit Professionals Exchange Facebook group. But you can access all of this, all those things that I'm talking about, simply by logging on to my website at www.supportingworldhope.com. And if you're watching from Facebook, like my video, like my presentation, give me a little heart, give me a little like. If you're watching from LinkedIn, same request. And if you're watching from YouTube, I ask that you subscribe to my channel. I go live every Thursday, and I do free webinars once a month, and I do interviews called Sipping Tea. So, I'm truly here for you as nonprofit professionals. I have a lot of no-cost things. And then when I do price things, they're very reasonable, like $37, because it's all about supporting you. And that's why I call my company Supporting World Hope. And with that, I am going to sign off. I am going to say that your nonprofit deserves to be funded. And with that, have a good night.